morning. I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center. Whether you're here virtually or in person, we're glad you're with us today. We are an inclusive community. We welcome and accept all people. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're always welcome at Unity. We're also part of a greater worldwide Unity movement, the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 133 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the Unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of Unity. And our prayer chaplain today, who is available to pray with you after service, is Rebecca. Let's see, Rebecca, are you here? There you are. She is from Redondo Beach, and she's one of our prayer chaplains, and she's available to pray immediately following service. Just give her a call if you'd like to ask for a specific prayer request, or if you'd just like to join together with someone in prayer. Thank you, Rebecca, for helping today. All right, and our producers today are Tracy, Nancy, and Brandy. So let's give them a big hand. And Noel is our worship assistant. Glad you're with us today, Noel. And then our special musician is Claire Vandekromer. Welcome back, Claire. For big hand. And let's start by speaking our vision and mission statements. The next slide. Okay, there we go. All right, let's say our vision first together. Centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring, serving community. And the values you see at the bottom are our core beliefs here at Unity North. So moving on, now we'll do an opening song. I invite everybody to stand.
No excuses, you have the words. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, healing, healing day. This healing, healing, healing day. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life. This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Thank you for this world, Spirit, thank you for this world. Thank you for this world, Spirit, thank you for this world. This beautiful, beautiful, this beautiful world. This beautiful, beautiful, this beautiful world. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, 'cause I'm so grateful.
I'm feeling really grateful that you played that song, Claire. That's great. Get us going right away. Get the blood going. I'm Noel Levine, your worship assistant for today. This is a time in our service when we greet one another. Let's see if there's anybody online that's here for the first time. If so, turn your. Oh yeah, good to see you, Finn, and good to see you, Candy, and good to see you, Marta. Yeah, good. And everybody here, why don't you turn around and wave to each other and wave to the camera? Let them know we're live. Yeah, right. I don't know if you heard what Claire said. She said, we don't want you to think we're a bunch of mannequins here. Okay. This is a time in the service when we ask for prayer requests. So rather than say them aloud, but you can say them aloud in the privacy of your own home, but just think who you want to pray for, and we'll be centered in that. We give thanks in advance for these prayers, and we say thank you, Mother, Father, God, and so it is. Amen. Now let us stay centered and still for our daily word. The daily word for Sunday, March 5th, is dominion. I claim dominion and direct course of my life. While I may not be able to control what happens in my life, I am always free to determine how I will respond. Through my divine faculty of dominion, I'm glad that River agrees with me. I decide what to think, what to say, and how to act. If a thought of fear or powerlessness arises, I remember all the wisdom, understanding, and strength of God are within me. Whether I'm organizing my day or moving forward after making a life-altering decision, the principle of dominion is always mine to claim. Knowing this, I move through life with quiet confidence. I am secure in myself and in the knowledge I am a divine being. I claim dominion and feel my life expand into a field of limitless possibility and potential. From Psalm, chapter 8, verse 6, you have given them dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under their feet. And now Claire will play a song to prepare us for meditation.
The light of Spirit surrounds us. The love of Spirit enfolds us. The power of Spirit protects us. All is well. The light of Spirit surrounds us. The love of Spirit enfolds us. Power of Spirit protects us. All is well. Wherever we are, there is Spirit. Wherever we are, there is Spirit. All is well. All is well. All is Spirit surrounds us. The love of Spirit enfolds us. Power of Spirit protects us. All is well. All is well.
So I invite you to sit back and close your eyes for meditation. Just begin to relax your mind and your body. You feel a wave of relaxation moving down from your head to the bottom of your feet. And saying to yourself, I am completely and fully relaxed. Allow me to speak the words for you, taking them in as your own. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I believe in a power far greater than I am that flows through me every moment of every day in a great healing stream. I open myself to the wisdom of my body, knowing that the one intelligence moves through every cell, through all of my tissues, organs, and systems. Out of this one intelligence comes all the answers, all the solutions, all the healings, all the new creations. I release and let go of any feelings of shame or discomfort about my body. I release and let go of any concerns for the health of my body. I know my body is the temple of the living God, and I speak to it accordingly. I give thanks for a healthy body filled with radiant vitality. If there are wounded places, I give thanks that within each wound there is wisdom and healing guidance. I trust the one power and intelligence, knowing that whatever I need to know is revealed to me, and that whatever I need comes to me in the right time, space, and order. The past has no power over me because I'm willing to learn and grow and change. I'm willing to begin right now. I forgive myself. I forgive my body for being less than perfect. I feel gratitude that this incredible, complex ally, my body, allows my soul to be here, fulfilling its purpose in this life. I listen to what my body tells me, and I know that its advice is valid. Each cell has divine intelligence. I am always safe and divinely protected and guided. I choose to be healthy and free. So I take time in the silence now to know and affirm this truth. I choose to be healthy and free. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. I am radiantly healthy and whole. Thank you, Spirit, for this healing stream of love and life that are blessing all areas of my life right now. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Up from my feet, I draw the healing power. Up from my feet, draw it to my heart. Already here, only need to claim it. Up from my feet, I know that I am healed. I am healed. In through my hands, I draw the healing power. In through my hands, draw it to my heart. It's already here, only need to claim it. In through my hands, I know that I am healed. I am healed. Down from my head, call the healing power. Down from my head, I draw it to my heart. It's already here, only need to claim it. Down from my head, I know that I am healed. I am healed. Deep in my heart, I know this healing power already here. Know that I am healed. Spirit and soul, call the healing power. Spirit and soul, draw it to my heart. Already here, only need to claim it. Spirit and soul, know that I am healed. I am healed. Spirit and soul, know that I am healed. I am healed.
Thank you, Claire. Beautiful song. Well, according to the Unity calendar, our annual theme is grace and gratitude. And we also have monthly themes as well. And the theme for this new month, March, is help. And healing is the way by which we restore and renew our good health whenever we fall out of balance. So I've always been interested in health and wholeness and healing from the time I was a child. My mother was bipolar and my father was alcoholic. And I always ask why. why do such good people have such illnesses? And how can they be healed? My mother was the first to find Alcoholics Anonymous in our family. She was manic depressive, but she drank with my father and came to think she was alcoholic. We later thought that she was perhaps anesthetizing her illness because she was misdiagnosed and treated incorrectly for many years. So she got a lot of value and help from AA, and she used to take me to open meetings with her in my early teens. And there I learned the value and the power of reaching out to community, and also the power of stories from the heart that heal. So it was quite an experience going with her to those meetings, and I'll always remember. And my dad, he never made it to AA. What happened to him was when I was 10 years old, he landed in the hospital with malnutrition because the alcohol was replacing the nutritional food in his body. And the doctor told him, if you have one more drink, you're going to die. Well, that scared him enough to sober up and to white knuckle it alone for 7 years on sheer willpower. But finally he succumbed, and for the last 12 years of his life, he drank. And then he passed away when I was 29. He had a combination of untreated alcoholism and diabetes, which is deadly. So after that, well, let me just say, ironically, in all those years, he was a functioning alcoholic. And because of that, he was able to work up until the end. He sold his business a year before he passed and left enough for my mother to survive on without having to work a day for the next 18 years of her life, which was a complete and total blessing given her journey with bipolar disorder. So I became fascinated with psychiatrist Carl Jung's work with the mentally ill, but also the fact that he was the early inspiration for the beginnings of Alcoholics Anonymous. And he had suggested there was no medical cure for alcoholism, but rather a spiritual cure. And that now, of course, includes, according to AA, turning oneself and one's life over to a higher power and reaching out for community help in AA meetings and hearing and reading the stories of others who are recovering. The 12 steps are included, of course, which is a very powerful spiritual practice. When I learned later that Unity teaches that the number 12 means spiritual completion, I thought that was amazing, given that my mom and I were both astrologers dealing with 12 signs. AA had 12 steps, and then Unity now emphasized the importance of 12, and then with the 12 powers, then with the scriptural references to obviously the 12 tribes and the 12 disciples. So I figured I was on to something. Healing can bring amazing puzzle pieces together for us. In astrological language, both alcoholism and mental illness are Neptune issues. And the planet Neptune is associated with drugs, alcohol, addiction, codependency, mental illness, deception, and confusion. It's also associated with the sublime spirituality and mysticism. How interesting that alcoholism caused by a drug can be helped by spirit and spirituality. And mental illness, a biochemical issue, can be helped with specific drugs and also with spirituality. That may not mean much to some of you, but as an astrologer, it's been helpful for me in my understanding of what I was dealing with. So the healing journey will reveal important information in healing that is relevant for each of us. Well, my mother ultimately had to find the right doctor to help her because she had been misdiagnosed and mistreated and given incorrect medication for 30 years. But when she found the right doctor and got the right medicine, it was a total game changer for her. It made all the difference. She also had to find the right psychiatric nurse. Through all of her years of treatment, she found this nurse, or the nurse kind of found her, named Lois, who believed in her, who realized that my mother was very spiritual, very metaphysical, and she believed that her illness was karmic and that she had been a doctor in other lives and that now she had to be a patient and she had to help the other patients from that perspective. And so Lois, this nurse, believed her when a lot of the doctors didn't, thought it was more of her, some of the fantasy that comes with it. And so she would definitely help patients. And let me give you an example of what I mean by her helping patients. One of the times she was in the hospital, she reached out to this young man. Now, she would enter the hospital in a manic high, but the drugs would work and she would begin to recover, and then she would reach out to other patients to help them. And so there was a young patient there, young man named Oliver, who was having trouble because he had read Tolkien's trilogy and he got lost in Middle Earth and couldn't get out. And the doctors couldn't help him beyond, the medicine wasn't quite doing it. And my mother had this inspirational thought. When I went to visit her and she told me about it, I had told her that the movie Oliver was out in the theaters. This was in the 70s. And that wonderful musical was in the theaters. And it was by the same name as this young man. And my mother felt that she needed to take him to that movie. And she asked me if I would take her. And she arranged with the doctors for me to take them both out on a pass and go to that movie. And I was in my 20s at the time. So I took them both to see Oliver. And the young man was so completely and utterly moved by the film that when he got back to the hospital, he emerged from Middle Earth to the amazement of the doctors and the medical staff. And, you know, the thing is, it was something that was unusual. It was a healing that was beyond the norm. Really, it was very spirit directed in many ways. There are so many methods and techniques for healing. That is why it can all be so confusing at times. I've seen great medical miracles and doctors in medicine that have saved lives. And I've seen less orthodox approaches work also. And certainly as a Unity minister, I also believe in the power of prayer. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founders of our Unity movement, were both healed through the power of prayer. It is the core reason why we're all sitting here today in a Unity church or listening to a Unity church service from your home if you're online. Their healings became the basis and the foundation for Unity. And they both had a lot to say about the divine life in every cell of our body. And when you think about it, spirit is life. Dr. Rachel Naomi Remen said in her book, Kitchen Table Wisdom, one spring day when I was 14, walking up Fifth Avenue in New York City, I was astonished to notice two tiny blades of grass growing up through the sidewalk. Green and tender, they had somehow broken through the cement. Despite the crowds bumping up against me, I stopped and looked at them in disbelief. This image stayed with me for a very long time, possibly because it seemed so miraculous to me. At that time, my idea of power was very different. I understood the power of knowledge, of wealth, of government, and the law. I had no experience with this other sort of power yet. Accidents and natural disasters often cause people to feel that life is fragile. In my experience, life can change abruptly and end without warning, but life is not fragile. There's a tenacity toward life that endures in all of us. So divine life is a healing power within us. It is one of our 12 spiritual powers responsible for producing and perpetuating life. Each one of us is on a healing journey to discover the power of life and know the truth that we are already whole. And in Jungian terms, we call this individuation. It's the process that moves us to become a completed and unique person. From the unconscious center of our being, this process begins. It's directed by the Christ or the divine presence within us. And we do not decide to become whole. Rather, it is thrust upon us by the life force within us. So, in this journey to know our wholeness, this journey of individuation, we all have different healing needs or blocks to the flow of divine life, those areas of unconsciousness. And these can show up as physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual dis-ease, health issues, relationship problems, financial issues, job, career troubles, or challenges about our relationship with God. So we begin from the inside out, starting with cause rather than effect or symptom. We go to the realm of divine ideas first, although sometimes when things are critical, we have to deal with our symptoms first. But when I speak of the realm of divine ideas, I'm speaking of a metaphysical concept. In Unity, we teach that metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that defines the reality beyond the physical senses. And Unity metaphysics is the study of divine ideas. And in Unity, we teach that 12 of those divine ideas are our 12 spiritual powers. And the one most associated with healing is the power of life. And so if you have a healing need, you want to call upon the power of life. Now, you may want to call on some of the other ones, such as strength or faith, depending on what your need is. But life is essential when you're dealing with calling on the powers. And disease in the body or mind or emotions is not always simple. Charles Fillmore taught there's always a metaphysical connection. So an ailment in a particular part of the body could be a metaphor for something. For example, having a pain in the neck and shoulders from shouldering too much responsibility. My niece, Jennifer, has been caring for her mother, my sister Cheryl, who is now in hospice, ready to leave any time. And Jennifer is completely overwhelmed with emotion and very exhausted after months of challenge. And she's plagued with neck and shoulder issues. And I said to her, because she was talking about this weight she feels like she's carrying with all this. And so I made a comment, perhaps shouldering all this responsibility and going through this stress and strain of loss has something to do with your neck and shoulder issues. And she said, no, my neck and shoulder issues are caused by a pinched nerve that I have to have surgery for. And so in that moment, I let it go. I didn't say anything else. And I figured that's probably true. It may be true, that diagnosis for her. And there may be something more beyond that. But it is not for me to fix or to judge. And Louise Hay, remember Louise Hay? She was a great pioneer who wrote a terrific book some years back called You Can Heal Your Life. And she created a list of the various causes, the metaphysical causes of different diseases or ailments. And then with affirmations to use accordingly. And all of this can be very helpful. At the same time, it's really important to be careful of our judgments about that. Because we can read through the list and we can discover, it might say lower back pain, for example, may have to do with fear about money. Well, if you were to read that and that resonates with you, great. Use the affirmation, pay attention. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe there's something more complex. So we have to be very careful about diagnosing other people's metaphysical issues, so to speak. Louise Hay also includes these affirmations for healing. And like I said, those can be very useful. But there can be much more involved in health issues than a possible metaphysical reason. First, there might be karmic issues. And I know in working with people in regression that I find people can often trace ailments to other times and also be provided with a means to heal them now. So that can add some complexity to the issue. A second possibility too, I've seen is with what's called willing sacrifice. And that's when people join together in a collective group and make a decision to help the greater whole by perhaps being the willing sacrifice in an epidemic, for example, maybe smallpox or AIDS or COVID. We had so many people die of COVID, and that alerted us to the need for a vaccine. It caused us to find, and discover a new vaccine. And so many people were, we could say, a willing sacrifice. A third one is that some may have the Chironian wound. And I've mentioned this before, so you may remember this. This is named after Chiron, a figure of Greek mythology. And he was a centaur who was skilled in healing. He was wounded by one of the poisoned arrows of Hercules, and the wound proved incurable. And the only relief could come through death, but Chiron was not allowed to die. A solution finally came through the plight of Prometheus, the Titan, who was being cruelly punished by Zeus for stealing fire and giving it to humankind. Chiron volunteered to go to Hades in place of Prometheus, and in this way, Chiron was allowed to die, and Prometheus was permitted to go free. So later, Chiron was taken from Hades and made into an immortal, a fitting reward for the long-suffering and compassionate physician. So the Chironian wound is said to be the wound that will not heal. For example, a recovering alcoholic or addict, or someone who lives with an illness that requires daily attention. They must continually seek God's will and grace for their lives. The spiritual life must become a condition of life for them. The wound does not cripple them as long as it is ministered to. And finally, another reason for a health issue may simply be that we have fallen out of balance. We're working too hard, or we're taking too little time for ourselves, or stressing too much without relief. Whatever our symptom or issue, it's a wake-up call for a balanced, healthy life. Unlike an employee who complained, "The stress my boss puts me under is killing me. I have migraines. My blood pressure's going through the roof. I can't sleep at night. I just found out I have an ulcer, and as long as I stay in this job, the only question is whether I'll have a stroke or a heart attack." And a friend asked, "So why don't you quit?" And the employee said, "I can't. I have a great health plan." Something wrong with that picture. Well, we are called to a balanced, healthy life. And there are numerous remedies. And here are a few. You know, it's well documented that healing could be the result of joy and laughter. And so it's amazing how joy and laughter can actually change our chemistry, thereby changing our lives and transforming them. And so take the time, go to see funny movies, read humor books or joke books, or take time and laugh with your friends. Crack yourself up, you know. Also, loved ones can act as catalysts. You might remember the story of a man who was brought into the intensive care unit dying of a heart attack. Erratic heartbeat all over the monitor. They start pounding on his chest, code blue. Even though they keep going through the motions of pounding his chest, they start to know he won't make it. Finally, the doctor runs over and says, "Everybody away, bring in his wife." They bring his wife in, she's crying. The doctor asks her to talk to her husband. She said, "He's out cold, he's in a coma." The doctor says, "Talk to him." So she bends over and whispers. On the heart monitor, his heart steadies perfectly. Beautiful. She made connection. The doctor asked, "What did you say to him?" Now, it wasn't a great romantic statement, just 6 simple words. She said, "If you die, I'll kill you." And that's their form of connection. You know, her presence, her husband knowing she was there, made all the difference. And the 3 is enlightened denial. And this means accepting facts, but drawing our own conclusion. You know, Myrtle Fillmore, when she was diagnosed with terminal tuberculosis, she drew her own conclusions. She accepted the facts of it, but she chose not to let it have power over her. And she began to call forth that life, that directive life force in every cell of her body, and speak words of strength and life and power to the organs and tissues and systems of her body, and healed herself with help through a 2-year process. So this is enlightened denial. Unhealthy denial is when we won't talk about the issues, when we pretend the issue's not there to begin with, when we stuff it, when we refuse to look at it at all, when we create all sorts of defense mechanisms. That's typical of people who are addicted and unwilling to face the addiction, for example. But the difference in healthy denial is that we see the wake-up call and we do something about it. We make every attempt to change what is not working in our life to unblock the life force. But we refuse to accept the dire predictions. We refuse to be negative about results. We deny the power of the so-called fact to have power over us. And finally, after denial comes affirmation. Catherine Ponder said, "The best method of activating the mighty power of the life force within you is to start at the top of your head And just mentally go down each part of your body, saying life, life, life. And that power of life, life, life just flows in and through every cell. May Rowland, former director of Silent Unity, in her book Dare to Believe, told the story of a woman who went to see her doctor, and the doctor said, "That pain in your leg is from old age." "Nonsense," she replied. "My other leg is the same age and it doesn't hurt a bit." Well, the healing journey is different for each one of us, depending on our needs. For some, it may require the development of faith. For others, more balance between work and play. Some may have to have experiences that stop the ego from controlling the show. For some of us, classes, workshops, journaling. Some might explore dreams, and others may go the recovery route through 12-step programs. Nutrition and diet and exercise may be the path for many. And of course, there's always prayer and meditation. Mark Twain warned against reading health books. He said, "You might die of a misprint." There are almost as many aspects to healing as there are people. So we must be guided as to what is right for us. And the power of life within us will always seek to express and direct us into greater living. Each one of us has the power to resurrect new energy, for in each cell and atom of our body is life. As we speak words of life, each cell responds. As we charge the cells of our body with life, the body takes up this idea and acts upon it, first consciously and then subconsciously. So let us overcome the tendency for any near-life experiences and affirm, "I am the radiant life of God," so that we might have life and have it abundantly. God bless each of you with radiant, vibrant health. Thank you.
Healed whole, healed whole, healed whole, healed well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well. Healed, whole, healed, whole, healed, whole, healed well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I have light
Here for that wonderful healing song, followed by Reverend Kathy's most inspiring message on how we can heal ourselves. At this time in the service, we bless our offerings. You can either leave an offering here in person in the basket if you're online, or if you prefer to make a donation through digital means, there's a QR code you can copy, or you can mail a check. Well, let's join the offering blessing with me. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Claire. The announcements for the week of March 5th. Unity North Movie Night in Canto will be on Saturday, March 18th at 7 p.m. in the sanctuary. That's this room right here. The date has changed. So remember, or note that it's now going to be on Saturday, March 18th at 7 p.m. Encanto is an Academy Award-winning Disney animated film for all ages. The music is fantastic by Lin-Manuel Miranda. This film will uplift your spirits. $5 offering is requested. Snacks and water bottles will be available. In the classes on healing, Reverend Kathy is going to continue her theme on how we can heal ourselves. Healing according to Charles Fillmore, March 22nd through April 12th, 4-week session from 6:30 to 8 o'clock on Wednesday evenings on Zoom. Fillmore distinguishes between Jesus the man and Christ the consciousness that he attained, which we too can attain as we make the effort. In this class you will learn some of the healing methods of Jesus according to Fillmore, discover mental and spiritual laws that can be utilized, and discuss who Jesus was and his purpose. Remember that all changes for good or ill are changes of mind. A celebration of life service for Stephen Martin, husband of Reverend Barbara, will happen on Saturday, March 25th at 11 a.m. at Unity, Minneapolis in Golden Valley. Reverend Pat Williamson will be presiding. Visitation will be prior to the service from 10 to 11 a.m. Family drive-through dinner will be available Thursday, March 23rd at 5 p.m. If you would like to help pack and serve the meals, contact Kathleen by phone, there's her phone number, or email her at outreach@unitymn.org. And we will have a cleaning day for just inside the building on Sunday, March 26th, after service at 11:45 a.m. Help us beautify the inside of our building. And now I'm going to ask Brandy to come up and talk about this. Mark your calendar, Monday 27th.
Hi, everybody. We are doing a emphasis on the fun fundraiser. We're doing it with Baker Square. It will be Monday, March 27th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And what we're asking is if you make that day a day you want to go out and eat some food, everything, we will get 20% of all the meals that are purchased and bought will come back to Unity North. So there is a website or a link up there. They go.unitynorthmn.org/dine. This will be on our website shortly, and I will get an email out with this information. But what we need to do is to have you commit to eating with us that day. We need to have 20 people at least sign up that says, yes, I'm going to come and eat at Baker Square that day. When you show up, you just let them know that you're with the Baker Square party, or with the Unity North group, so that they know to apply your meals to our fundraiser. And that does qualify for takeout orders and online order, or takeout and pickup orders, but not if it's through a third-party app. So please don't Grubhub it. Yep, breakfast, lunch, or dinner from 10 to 7. And like I said, the link will just ask you to put your name and in there and just say, yes, I commit to eating with Unity North. So make it a fun day, bring your family out, go have some dinner, have some delicious pie. And again, 20% will come back to Unity. Thank you. That's at the Baker Square in Riverdale and Coon Rapids, by the way, just that Baker Square. Thank you.
Okay, what a fun idea. You can always find something good at Baker Square. Diana and I just ate breakfast there yesterday morning. Never disappointed with the food there. The monthly gathering with Stacy Krepp will be Friday, March 10th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Contact Stacy, and there's her phone number for more information. And if you have someone you want to pray for, and we all do, or some cause, please call Rebecca Thompson at 424-400-9011. And now Claire or Reverend Kathy will lead us in a prayer.
Let's speak our affirmation together first. Together, centered in prayerful intention, we give thanks for an overflowing abundance of spiritual awakening, prosperity, new members and children for Unity North Spiritual Center. And so it is. And now I invite you to stand for our prayer for protection and our peace song. Before we say it, I just want to say thank you to our team today, to Nancy and Tracy and Brandy, and let's give them a hand. And thank you to Noel, as always, and a special thank you to Claire. Wonderful as always. All right, together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
All right, you ready to sing the peace song? Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace that was meant to be, with God as our creator, family whole are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let there begin with me, let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to to take each moment